Hello everybody and welcome back to the YMCA Mindful Minute. My name is Mary and I'm happy to have you joining me today. Today we are going to do another guided meditation, and it's a guided meditation to become centered and lose any of our thoughts of worry or frustration. So let's go ahead and begin by allowing our eyelids to gently float closed. And now just surrender right now into this moment, into this space where you have nothing to do and nowhere to be. And begin to relax the area of muscles around your face, unhinge your jaw, relax your throat muscles, all the muscles you use to speak. Let your shoulders relax down. Maybe even take your hand and put it on your heart and feel your heartbeat. Think of something that you're grateful for, something that you love. And allow your feeling of relaxation to spread down through the rest of your lower body. And let it reside there with your mind thinking of your feet. Feel the breath come into your body and feel that breath leaving. Noticing what that breath feels like, feeling the texture of that breath. Feeling the temperature of the breath. And now direct your attention to your mind. Think about the things that you might have in your mind today, things that could be distracting you, things that could be causing you worry or stress. Maybe a list of things that need to be done that you just can't let go of. And I'd like you to first notice them, and then I'd like you to let all of the things that are distracting you from this meditation or from being calm and relaxed to turn into different shapes. Imagine that they can turn into a variety of shapes, just morphing into things, and maybe they even change shapes as you notice that they're changing. And that they're leaving your mind, and maybe they stay in your mind, but they morph into more shapes and colors. And maybe it's three-dimensional shapes, maybe it's two-dimensional shapes, maybe it's a solid color, or maybe it's multiple colors. Maybe it's sparkling colors. And just kind of notice as they're floating around now, those thoughts, and as they return back to thinking, just let them morph back into shapes, kind of just harmless shapes of things. And then in your mind's eye, I'd like you to imagine that you are able to let those shapes float out of your mind and float into your left hand, where you begin to hold them and feel them. Feel how heavy they are or how light they are. Do they have any kind of special energy that you feel in your hand? Are they sharp or are they smooth? Maybe more shapes need to come out of your mind right now and drop into your hand. With your breath, continue to let that happen until your mind is completely clear. And all of those worries and to-do lists and things that are causing you any type of anxiety or stress are now just simple shapes that are being held in your hand. And imagine you take those shapes and put them into a beautiful crystal jar, and they just kind of float right in there all the way to the bottom of the jar. They might move around a little bit, they don't float out. They're, for some reason, very comfortable in that jar there. And imagine yourself setting that jar now on a shelf. And right above the shelf is a tube light with beautiful light coming down in from the ceiling, and it shines down right in that jar. And the shapes might change colors. They might even begin to change size. But now all of those troubles and worries are now in that jar. Your mind is clear. Your body is relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed down. Your jaw is unhinged. And imagine now that you can just float away without those worries, at least for a little while. The jar will still be waiting for you. And just let yourself move, let yourself float away with the music up into the sky. Where there's nothing to do. Feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed, and how good it feels to float. And just notice with your breath, anytime anything comes back into your mind, it changes shapes and it finds its way back to that jar in the shelf, sitting underneath the beautiful light. Continue to float. Let the music take you away. It's as if you were floating down a river effortlessly. Just a gentle river. Maybe it's a river in the sky. So light, so carefree. The water feels warm against your body, and it feels so good to not fight against anything. And then you noticed yourself drifting up and drifting slowly back into the room, back into the present. Your feet land on the floor, and you notice this jar that was filled with your worries and your troubles and your thoughts that were distracting you. And you've noticed that all of those shapes have changed somehow. Maybe they become smaller, become much less powerful, and maybe you don't even need them anymore. Take a couple more deep breaths in, and then on the exhale, open your eyes and notice how you feel. And you can use this technique anytime you'd like. And I wish you a beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Namaste.